In this lesson, we'll finish modeling the ductwork for our second floor HVAC system. So let's get to work. Okay, so I have all my components in place. I've got my relationships established. So I can now create ductwork. But we're going to take a little different approach. You remember when we're working with the ground floor, we kind of let Revit create a layout for us, and we were able to pick which layout we wanted best. But there's another way about going about getting this done. So we know when working with our air handler unit here, from studying what was going on with the system we created down below, there's going to be a large main that comes out of here. And then this main is actually going to feed into all the other branches that lead into this system. So I can model this out really easy, and I'm doing it on my own, and I won't have Revit make a layout for me. So the first thing I want to do is I want to click on my main, and you'll see here, we know that the air coming from this is going to feed out, and it's going to go into our branches. So we're going to go with the duct that's out, this main duct. And I'm going to click on this one here. This lets me know I can create duct here. So I'm going to create a duct. And I'm going to click and drag this all the way to a little bit past my last branch here. I'd say that's a good position. So now I have my main in place, but I'm not done with the main yet. I need to cap off what's going on here on the backside. If I don't cap it off, if I do try to check my system, I'll get a warning from Revit, and it'll say, you're getting flow loss in this segment, and it will probably recommend putting a cap. So let's just do that from the beginning. So a really quick way to add a cap is using some of your quick keys. So since we're going to be adding a duct fitting, so all we need to type in is DF, and it'll automatically bring up some duct fittings for us. So I'm just going to, on my keyboard, type in DF, boom, and you'll see a duct fitting. But this isn't the type of fitting we want. We want to add a rectangular fitting. We know that our system, our ductwork here, is rectangular. So I'm going to go down to my drop down, and I'm going to go until I find rectangular end cap. So I see a round one here. Perfect. Rectangular end cap. Go with the standard, and Revit will automatically size it for you. All you got to do is place it on the end here, and bingo. We have now capped off this duct. So our next step is to connect these terminals to this main. So I can do that really easily. What I'll do is I'll select one of my terminals, and I'm simply going to go on my layout. I'm going to go connect into, and I want it to connect into my main. I'm going to let Revit model that out for me. We're going to keep this process going with the rest of our terminals. And I'm going to go with the bottom here. So I'm going to show you exactly why we had to offset these. So again, we'll highlight, connect into main. You see how my joints are offset. Had I lined these up exactly, we would have had these coming in here, but I wanted to have a better flow of air going in here, and I didn't want to have all this extra joint and duct work having to go here. So let's do the same thing. Let's finish this out here. So we'll go here, connect into my main, and the final one, connect into my main. So now that that's set, let's check out this system and make sure Revit gives us a thumbs up before we move on. So I'm going to highlight, go to Analyze, and we're going to check our duct system, and hopefully we get no exclamation marks. Perfect. Our system is in good shape. So now we can go to 3D view if you want to kind of see how this system looks. So we know when we were working down here below, we were able to make some adjustments by having Revit help us size our ducts. But let's see what happens if we change some of the parameters associated with the air terminals we laid in. So what I can do here is I can highlight any one of my air terminals. Let's hide all of them, highlight all of them. So I'm going to use my Control key to get them all highlighted here. And you see this CFM value? Let's change that to about half. So we'll go to 250. So I can tell Revit, hey, I need to have 250 CFM in these terminals as opposed to what we had before. So I can place that inside there, and I can make that a change as well. So now if I wanted to, we can come back to our systems. Let's see if we can make any more adjustments to this guy here. So we'll highlight our system, and let's see if Revit has a good option for the sizing. So I definitely want to size this to get the most efficiency out of this system. So I'm going to go to duct. Again, we're going to go by velocity, and we're going to keep it at 600 here. And we'll go to OK, and we'll let Revit adjust for us here. There we go. So you can see it made a really unique layout here. So if you wanted to, we could come in here and edit and do all those changes. But I'm happy with what we have here so far. So what we've just done here is we've created a nice HVAC system for our second floor. And finally, to put the finishing touches on this, we can go ahead and add insulation, just like we did with the ground floor. I won't do the whole system, but just to show you can be done, I'll click on Add Insulation. We'll go with the insulation. And again, we can keep this process going all the way around and wrap all our branches to prevent any heat or air loss within our system. So there you have it. Within this course, we learned to quickly and efficiently set up a HVAC system for our 2-story house.